recorded.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to see all of you popping in. Some of you are popping in a little bit later. We've got the lines muted. And we're so glad to have you here at the Diamond Factory. That's what this is, the Diamond Factory, where diamonds are made. It's important to know that made. And we do this every Tuesday through Friday. You're going to hear voices that you may have never heard before, but it's all about you. It's all about empowering you. It's all about taking you to the next place. And that's why the man who is the one who does the empowering is here on Tuesday to bring us to the huddle. Yes, that's his job. That's his name. Sometimes I see it right there when he checks in about that word empowerment. So get your pen, get your paper. You want to take copious notes, as they say, because you don't want to miss a drop of this information from our VP of Training and Development, Coach Dan Johnson. I just unmuted you. Are you there?
Hey, Dr. Roz in the building, y'all. It's always a plump, it's always a plump, pleasing pleasure, more than a privilege, to be online with my familia. Merry Tuesday to everybody. Truly, this is the day that our beloved God has made, and the fact we got breath in our bodies, we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Listen, we're in the final stretch of 2024. I don't know if anybody paid attention or not, but we are in the final stretch of 2024, and a lot has happened. A lot has happened in 2024, both naturally, as nationally, as it pertains to our president of the United States and our government. A lot has happened. It has been a historical year. A lot has happened within the enclaves of our cities. A lot has happened within our communities. And you know what else? A lot has happened in our lives. There's been a lot of shifts. There's been a lot of transitions. There's been a lot of movement. There's been a lot of makeups and there's been some breakups. There has been some successes and there has been some failures. And all of this, you guys, is a part of this thing called life. And I have been sharing with Josiah some transitional things that may be taking place in our lives. And to be honest with you, I had been apprehensive about sharing this information with Prince Josiah, not understanding and knowing exactly how the prince would respond. There's been some things that, as he has been navigating maturity, navigating going into this place called adolescence, navigating his and shaping his own fashion, shaping his own mindset about how different things affect him and things of that nature. I was talking to him about a myriad of things. And in the conversation, Josiah said these words, and I'm going to share these words with you today. Josiah simply said something. It was so simple yet profound, because what it did was it relieved, it not only, watch this, released him from having any emotional anxiety associated with the discussion, but it also put things in perspective in understanding the happenings of life. And this young man has witnessed and experienced a lot of things just by going to school, just by being in the basketball community, just by traveling with me, different things of that nature. And so when I shared this thing with Josiah, not knowing what his response would be, Josiah simply said these words. I promise you, they're so simple. You're going to say, "Oh, Coach Dan, that's nothing." But he simply said these words, and I quote, he said, "Hey, it be like that sometimes." Very simple, yet profound. Hey, it be like that sometimes. And when I looked at him, his perspective was not consumed by the emotion, by his emotions based on the information. His perspective begin to look at humanity from the vantage point that sometimes it be like that. And he began to speak to the positive, and he began to give a different outlook. And so instead of feeding potential anxiety, instead of feeding fear, instead of feeding uncertainty, instead of feeding all of these things, he began to look from a positive perspective and say and appreciate what is still left and appreciate the opportunity that is set before him. And as I talk to you today, what I want to encourage you is to understand in the happenings of life, in the words of Prince Josiah, hey, it be like that sometimes. And so as a result, that does not suggest that when it be like that, you allow like that to discourage you. You allow like that to disappoint you. You allow like that to sway you. You allow like that to cause you to quit. You allow like that to take you in a downward spiral of an emotional roller coaster. You allow like that to hinder you from being able to see your future from your present, regardless of what the past looks like. And what I realized about Josiah is that he has always had this balanced perspective about life. There was moments where he wanted to make the team and he didn't. They told him he wasn't good enough. He said, "Fine, I will sit on a bench. I will be the manager. I will be the ball boy. I will get the water. I will cheer the people on." That's what he did as a young man. That was his perspective. And he stayed around it until he got it, until they start calling his name, until he got a uniform and all of these things. We go to school and around different players, different things happen. And when I'm speaking to Prince Josiah, his perspective is, hey, it be like that sometimes. And I thought at one point, well, maybe Josiah is just insensitive to things, but no, that's not the case. The case is not the lack of sensitivity. The case is emotional intelligence. Because when you have emotional intelligence, you have the ability to reason regardless of your emotions. And one of the things that I realized on yesterday I was driving and I should have documented this as I was driving, but I didn't. But here's what I heard something like this, that your business don't care about your emotions, and your emotions does not have the capacity in and of itself to take care of your business. Let me say that again. Your business does not care about your emotions. Business itself does not care about your emotions. The act of transacting business happens without being filtered through feelings. I'm just talking about business as a thing, business as an entity. What business respects and what business cares about is principles. What business responds to is principles. What business, when you properly operate in doing good business principles, good business practice, literally what's going to happen is you're going to see that business begin to take care of you. But it's not going to work for you because you want it to work. It's not going to work for you because you need it to work. It's not going to work for you because you simply just pray for it to work. It's not going to work for you because you cry for it to work. It's not going to work for you because you're desperate for it to work. It's going to work for you because you work the principles that is necessary for its success so it can work. And unfortunately, many of us, we allow our emotions and we allow our feelings and we allow it be like that moments to affect how we govern ourselves in things that's about one thing only, and that's business. So if you're going to properly take care of your business, you take care of your business with the intelligence of your head and the passion of your heart. But you don't take care of business with your emotions. Because when you take care of business with your emotions, you lose sight of some things and you become reactive instead of proactive, because emotions most times are reactive responses. I hope y'all are getting this. Your emotions is a reactive response. It's not proactive. In business, you sit down, you do projections, and you project that from this right now, we're in the process of acquiring a major business. And they said, one bank said, you got to do a 2-year projection. Another bank said, we need a 3-year projection. We need to see you sit down in the beginning today and plan out the next 3 years. And then we need to see you not only do your projections for the next 3 years, we need to see your marketing plan. We need to see your strategy. Why? Because these are all of the principles that business respect. And guess what? It's all proactive. Now, guess what happens in the process of executing the plan? In the process of executing the plan, stuff just don't go right. I'm trying to help y'all understand. Everything don't go as planned just because you planned it, but you got to plan it so it can go. And so in the process of it, you realize, oh, this is I didn't get as many customers this month, so I didn't make as much money this month, so I can't pay, so the bills are tight this month, and I got to give up something this month. Oh, this is stressful. Oh, this. And so what you start doing is responding in your emotions. And oftentimes when you respond in your emotions, it causes you to quit. It causes you to give up. It causes you to throw in the towel. It causes you to become overwhelmed. It causes a lot of anxiety. It causes depression. It causes suppression. And depending on the type of mental health and or lack thereof that you have, it causes potential suicide. It causes self-sabotage, sabotage of relationships, sabotage of the business, sabotage of your future, sabotage of your purpose, sabotage of your destiny. Why? Because you have been so reactive in your business engagement, and your business cannot understand your responses. Business does not understand emotional responses. Business does not understand being governed by your feelings. Business understands principles. Principles. There's basic business principles. Some relationships don't work because more people focus on the feeling of the relationship than the necessary principles that will govern a healthy, successful relationship. Some relationships don't work. And so what you have to understand is that if you want it to work, you must have emotional intelligence. You cannot become so consumed in your emotions, in your responses, that you lose sight of the principles that governs its success. So how do you respond in moments that could shift your mindset, shift your behavior, cause you to feel a certain type of way? You recognize it's just part of the process of this thing called life, as part of your potential story, and you simply respond by these words: hey, it be like that sometimes. And you recalibrate quickly, you adjust, and you continue to move forward, because you cannot allow a moment of it be like that sometime, no matter how tragic the moment. You can't allow that moment to dictate how you move as you move forward into becoming everything that you desire to be. And so as I encourage you today,
as you finish this year, as you close this year out personally, as you close this year out relationally, as you close this year out financially, as you close this year out from a business perspective, as I encourage you today to take ownership of the fact that, hey, it be like that sometimes. And once you recognize that it be like that sometimes, don't allow like that don't become so consumed with the being of whatever like that is for your life in this moment. Because the truth of the matter is, as I've been saying for a myriad of years, life gets better. And a better life can start for you right now. Put everything in its proper perspective. Understand it is what it is. Make a conscious decision of what you want it to be. And then begin to be on the trajectory to get there. Don't get stuck where you are. Stay focused on where you're going. And if you stay focused on where you're going, you'll always find movement. But if you get consumed where you are, you'll find yourself in a place of stagnancy. Stop fighting the same battles. You either win the fight or you get out the fight. Some of you have been fighting battles. You've been fighting and fighting and fighting, trying to make stuff work in your life. And the truth of the matter is you're wasting time. You're losing time because it has not worked. And no matter what you've done, it has not worked. Now, only you know that you've done all that you can do. Only you know you've given all that you can give. Only you know that you've put it all in. And if that's your testimony, if that's your story, and you see that whatever it is that you're doing is still not working, it's still not producing, it's still not prospering, it's still not advancing, it's still not moving forward, recognize, hey, it be like that sometimes, and bust a move, because if you don't move, you'll be there for the rest of your life. Wow. I don't know where this came from. I guess it came from the book of Josiah. So he gets all of the credit for this moment. And so I thank you guys for indulging me with your listening ear. Check this out, you guys. Y'all know this is my favorite time of the year. It's my favorite time of the year. 'Tis the season to be giving. And we start with our Thanksgiving Day giveaway. And our goal is to feed 1,000 families. Now, Coach don't ask for nothing to do these calls. I do these calls because I love you. I do these calls because it's just who I am. I am empowered to empower you to live a better life. It is my mission. And so, but I will ask that you help me out when it comes to this moment that we're in. Our goal is to feed 1,000 families, no less than 600. And I need some help. I actually need to raise right now, between now and this time next week. Coach Dan got to raise $7,000. I've raised $11,000. A lot of it came from myself and different and a couple of colleagues and things of that nature. I've raised $11,000 so far. Our goal for Thanksgiving this year is $18,000. That's our minimum goal. I need to raise $7,000. And Coach Dan is asking you personally if you would help me to reach our goal. Everything you give is 100% tax deductible. And listen, if you understand business and you understand money, the way that you minimize your tax liability is to give. At the end of the year, that's one of the things you should do. You should give. You should give. And so if you would consider going to TEC Gives, that's TECgives.org, help Coach Dan reach this goal. All of the information is right there and how you can do it. Help us to support 1,000 families that needs help, that needs assistance. And these are families are verified that they need help. And we're going to feed. Our goal is 1,000 families. Right now, we're 50% of, we're more than 50% of our goal. But we want to get there, and I need your help. Can you help me? I appreciate it. TECgives.org. One more last piece. I'm doing free webinars Those of you that follow me on social media, our first one is this upcoming Monday night. I want, if you follow me on social media, go out there, check it out. We'll have it posted. Listen, I've got to go. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And until next time, as always, prosper. Be blessed. Thank you, Coach Ross.
Thank you, sir. Oh my goodness. I have to repeat what he said. Wow. So listen, let's be supportive and let's actually go to tecgives.gov. I believe, did you say .gov, Coach?
.org.
.org.
TECgives.org. O-R-G.
All right, .org. And let's be a blessing. So we can be a blessing to somebody else who, like my pastor says, they can't bless you back. All right. So tonight is Tuesday night, and Dr. Betty is always sharing powerful information about our products. I saw you. I'm unmuting you, Dr. Betty. You're there. If you can speak.
I'm right here.
Go ahead. Tell us about the.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. So tonight we're going to continue with information on our bitters detox and the detoxes in general, 27 and 21 day. And I want to focus on some of the reasons, some of the actual culprits that make it so imperative that we do detox. And I think that this will help you get the message across to your family and friends. So join me tonight. Bring your questions. I look forward to seeing you guys.
All right. That's tonight at 7 p.m. Central, everybody, right there on our corporate Zoom. Don't forget, this is Black Card season. Hello, this is Black Card season. And we've got so many things, and Black Friday's coming, and our CEO shared with us on yesterday, the CV was dollar for dollar. From this day to the end of the month, the CV is 30 cents on the dollar. So now you're going to get 30 cents on the dollar for your rewards back there, putting in your account that you can spend money. So you definitely get a benefit from anything that you do with your customers. So you want to be on top of that because our products work. All right. So have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.